We live in a world of finite resources, a growing population, and an increasingly insecure food supply. Experts expect we're going to need to double the amount of food we need to feed the human population in the future. We don't ever want to get to a position where we need to choose between feeding a pet and feeding a human. That's why Root Lab is rethinking which ingredients we use in our dog food, developing creative solutions to deliver biologically and nutritionally appropriate meals for your dogs. We're finding ways to reduce food waste and not compete with human food supply. And we're identifying innovators who are reducing the impact on the environment, so no matter if you have 2 legs or 4, you'll be well fed in the future. We're proud to be partnering with suppliers who are rethinking how things are done. They're taking an active role in the future of food. Here's their story.
To me, changing the world means leaving it, even in a tiny way, better when you're gone than it was when you got here. Doing some research, I discovered that people were starting to talk about insect protein as an alternative. And it was just after that that the 2013 UN FAO report came out talking about protein insecurity and population growth and how the planet is going to deal with this very, very real issue. But I think the UN report really highlighted what the future is going to be about. And farmland is becoming more scarce. Global warming is wreaking havoc on the farming across the planet. But as time goes on, traditional proteins will become more expensive. It's going to become necessary for people to look for proteins they can afford. When you take into account future population growth and the planet's ability to sustain increased protein production the way we currently do it, it's very, very clear that we're going to make catastrophic mistakes. And so when science started to look at other ways of producing protein, insects were one of the things that really rose to the top as incredibly efficient, low impact protein production. In our farm, it takes about 1.5 pounds of feed to create 1 pound of crickets. And you compare that to the worst converters, they're converting at maybe 10 pounds of feed for 1 pound of protein. So, if you look at solutions to global problems by just switching the types of protein we eat, we don't need to cut down any more forest, we don't need to destroy any more nature. We can use current farmland and produce all the protein that the planet needs.
We've got what's called a banded cricket. They're a cricket that we really enjoy farming because a lot of people are sometimes worried that insects are sort of dirty little critters. In fact, our crickets are quite tidy. Our process allows us to ensure that our rooms and barns operate in a very clean standard. It's very exciting because we can see the benefits that it has on humans. And I know that as we learn more and set more people out onto the research behind it, I think we'll be very surprised at the benefits that by integrating insects into animal diets, how it will change them and for the best. It really will create a well-rounded diet that will create a well-rounded pet.
Crickets have a really incredible nutrition profile. I mean, they're loaded with protein, of course. Crickets are also very high in all the essential amino acids. They're high in vitamins, they're high in minerals. And it's not only the content of those parts of the crickets, it's also that they're very bioavailable, so animals can absorb them easily. I think it speaks to the whole story, right? Because all animals are part of the planet, and that's what this whole story is about. So whether it's the pets at home that we love that enrich our lives, or the animals living in the forests all over the world. North America has its challenges and the rest of the world has greater challenges. And if we can lead by example to show that this can be done and it is beneficial, then then we can blaze a trail for the rest of the world and help improve the entire planet.
We know using crickets as food is different, but we think this is important as the population continues to grow and resources become more scarce. We're thrilled to feature this future-friendly source of protein in one of the recipes that make up the Root Lab family. Check out our other recipes for more stories about how we're partnering to find innovative ways to feed our pets into the future. Root Lab. Rethink, reinvent, revitalize.